The federal government of Nigeria has secured about $350 million from the African Development Bank to fund the construction of the Kano-Maradi Railway project, which will connect Kano to Maradi in Niger Republic. The Senate of Nigeria made this disclosure during an oversight visit to the Nigeria Railway Corporation headquarters in Lagos. They stated that the Kano-Maradi Railway project is part of the government's broader effort to modernize Nigeria's railway network and enhance regional trade links. They also went ahead to disclose that the African Development Bank has released about $350 million to the federal government for construction of a rail line from Kano to Maradi, which is currently ongoing. They highlighted that the current president's visit to China focused on finalizing negotiations for 85% of the financing needed to upgrade and rehabilitate the nation's rail infrastructure across the country. The Senate also disclosed that the supplementary budget recently passed by the National Assembly allocated over 530 billion naira as counterpart funding for this modernized effort. The remaining 85% of the funds will be sourced from institutions such as China Exim Bank, the International Finance Corporation, and the African Development Bank. The federal government of Nigeria has intensified effort to modernize rail transport across Nigeria, focusing on the timely completion of major rail projects. One of the flagship initiatives is the 283.75 km Kano-Maradi Railway project launched during the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. This strategic rail line spans Kano, Jigawa, and Katsina states, extending into Maradi in Niger Republic, creating a vital corridor for regional trade and connectivity. In 2020, the Federal Executive Council approved $1.96 billion for the project, reflecting its significance in enhancing transportation infrastructure. The railway is designed to streamline freight and passenger movement by integrating with existing road networks, promoting local economic growth, trade facilitation, and social development. In 2021, the federal government solidified its partnership with Portuguese construction giant Mota Engil through a memorandum of understanding to build the standard gauge railway line. The 1.8 billion contract, the largest in Mota Engil's history, covers design, construction, supply, and financing of rolling stocks for the railway. In May 2024, the Minister of Transportation announced that the first segment, the Kano-Daura section, will be completed by 2025. 2 months later, Portugal's ambassador to Nigeria confirmed that the entire project remains on track to be completed within 2 years, with Portuguese firm leading the construction. In details, the project, which spans Kano to Dambata, Kazaure, Daura, Mashi, Katsina, Jibia to Maradi, is one of the railway lines across Nigeria in which the federal government is very much interested in. The railway line has an alignment of approximately 283.750 kilometers and will connect the 3 federal states of Kano, Jigawa, and Katsina with the city of Maradi in Niger Republic as earlier stated. The Kano, Dambata, Kazaure, Daura, Mashi, Katsina, Jibia, Maradi railway line passes through all the most important cities and villages, which are served by 15 stations distributed along the route. The maximum speed design of the trains will be about 160 km per hour, and passengers local train will actually be at 120 km per hour. Freight trains will also be at 100 km per hour. However, heavy freight trains with axle load of 22.5 tons would be 80 km per hour according to design. The recent funding for this project is essential for completing the Kano-Maradi rail project and accelerating other railway expansions across Nigeria. In support, the National Assembly actually approved the supplementary budget with approximately 530 billion naira allocated to drive this infrastructure project forward as earlier stated. As far back as 2020, the Federal Executive Council approved nearly $2 billion for the Kano-Maradi railway project, reflecting Nigeria's commitment to regional connectivity, partnering with Mota Engil, the Portuguese construction company in charge of the project. Nigeria also signed a $1.8 billion agreement in 2021 to implement a standard gauge railway. The current Minister of Transportation announced that the $1.9 billion Kano-Maradi railway project is 35% complete, with a target to finish by the end of 2026. During an inspection visit to the railway project, the minister, alongside members of the Senate Committee on Land Transportation, noted that the progress achieved so far has been made possible through counterpart funding from the Nigerian government as funds from other financial partners have yet to be released. Despite this, the minister expressed satisfaction with the pace of the work and emphasized the economic potential of the project. He stated that the railway, once operational, could become a major revenue generator for Nigeria, especially with the commencement of freight services from Lagos to Maradi in Niger Republic as part of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. This of course implies that in line with the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, Nigeria is going to generate a lot of revenue. It will make a significant impact on the GDP of the country, which of course will boost trade and commerce across the country and Niger Republic. The $1.9 billion railway project, partially funded by a 15% contribution from the Nigerian government, is being financed through an 85% loan to be repaid over 50 years. The Kano-Maradi railway project, according to design, includes 13 stations connecting Kano and Jigawa State in northern Nigeria with Maradi in Niger, with a branch line extending to Dutse in Jigawa State. The minister explained further that in addition to improving passenger and freight transport, the project aims to integrate Nigeria's rail network with other transport modes, stimulating economic growth in agriculture and manufacturing along the route. Once completed, the railway is expected to transport 9,300 passengers and 3,000 tons of freight daily. During the inspection, stakeholders confirmed that the project is on schedule, with construction currently focused on Dutse in Katsina State. So far, a large expanse of the project has been covered, and hopefully is going to meet the deadline according to the construction plan. Recall that earlier this year, the government of Nigeria announced a major milestone in the financing of the Kano-Katsina-Jibia-Maradi railway project. At that time, the ministry secured about $1.3 billion, which signified a monumental step forward in the completion of the critical infrastructure. This came after a consortium of financial institutions expressed interest in providing the government with the funds that will facilitate and produce the needed outcome for the completion of the 284 plus 103 kilometers Kano-Maradi railway project. To be honest, the Kano-Katsina-Jibia-Maradi rail line is a testament to Nigeria's shared history and ambition for economic advancement. Stakeholders believe that the project will create a lasting legacy of wealth and opportunities for Nigeria and Niger Republic. Given the recent rift between Nigeria and Niger Republic, stakeholders believe that the project is poised to strengthen the socio-economic ties between Nigeria and neighboring Niger Republic. They also say that the rail link, a key component of the current president's renewed hope agenda, is set to enhance regional trade, community development and cultural exchange, aligning with the administration's unwavering commitment to national development and a more interconnected African continent. Also, some partners, such as the chairman of the supervisory board of the China Export and Credit Insurance Corporation and his delegation who recently visited, further expressed optimism for the rail project's potential to lay the groundwork for future prosperity between the two nations. Assuring Nigerians of the ministry's dedication to realizing a vision of progress and unity, the investor further promised that the ministry would continue to provide updates on this transformative venture, marking each achievement as the project journeys towards a brighter and more connected future. Please drop a comment in the comment section. Tell us what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you.